What's going on, you guys? Thank you guys so much for tuning in to another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the new Pittsburgh Penguins jersey that was released on Dick's Sporting Good, as well as the California Golden Seals jersey that was also released. So if you guys didn't know, Adidas is doing this. I believe they've done it in the past, but it's going to be called a vintage series, and pretty much they're going to have jerseys for, let me read it out here, the Nordiques, the Seals, Penguins, Tampa Bay Lightning, the San Jose Sharks, and the LA Kings. Now, I don't know if all of these have been released before. I personally have not seen them until yesterday, the day I'm recording this. I'm recording this on the 17th. Dick's Sporting Good put out the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Seals version of their jerseys, the vintage jerseys. These things are kind of cool, and I just want to talk about both of them and the whole vintage series kind of as a whole, because this is the first time I've really seen them. Like I said, I'm pretty sure Adidas has done this in the past. It just wasn't something I was really into, and I don't know if it still is. Before we get further into the video though, as always, if you guys are new to this channel, me love to get subscribed, like the video if you enjoyed, and let's get into it. So I'll have a photo on the screen here, and we're going to talk about the Pittsburgh Penguins one first. Now, I think this jersey is very, very nice. This is actually something I wanted Pittsburgh to do for their alternate jersey when they had the their new one with the Pittsburgh text and the black, white, and yellow. I really wanted them to do this, do that jersey but in blue or something, or incorporate blue as an alternate jersey. They did not do it, but they're doing it here for the vintage series. Now, the thing about the vintage series is they're not going to actually wear these jerseys, and these are also different jerseys than what Adidas normally makes. The NHL has these jerseys where you got the thick collar. A lot of people don't like it. I personally don't mind. And you got the bubbly shoulders, which I think are very, very nice. These jerseys are classic jerseys. They have strings. They have a smaller collar that's not this big, bulky collar. And then this part is also not attached to this pretty much. It looks like it kind of overlaps it a little bit, which I think is very, very nice. They definitely give it more of a vintage vibe than what Adidas currently has. And if they came out with those jerseys in like this cut, it changes it. I think they tried their best to make it the same jersey design and style that they had when these jerseys actually came out, which I do think is very, very cool that they chose to do that. And it just shows that they don't have to use this jersey design. Like Adidas, this isn't the only jersey design Adidas knows how to do and can do. They can do, like, if they really wanted to convert their jerseys back into like vintage style, they can. They can clearly make them. I wouldn't like that because I personally like these jerseys a lot, but it is something that they can do. Now, the vintage series is weird. It's something that I don't think I will collect, although this Pittsburgh Penguins jersey does look phenomenal. Again, I love the blues. Like, the two shades of blue in there is just chef's kiss, fantastic. I think it looks so, so good, and I definitely am a fan. The Pittsburgh text I like as well. You guys know I'm kind of a sucker for text logos. I like them most of the time. And I think it's a very nice jersey. Now, I'll have the Seals one put up on the screen here, which, again, very nice jersey. I don't think I'm as big of a fan of it because green and yellow is something that's kind of iffy for me. Kind of like with Minnesota Wild's reverse retro. It can kind of look Subway-ish. It can kind of just look almost like, I don't want to say childish or cartoony-ish, if that's even a word, but you kind of know what I mean. The colors just look kind of off sometimes. I'm not a big fan of the combo personally, so that's why I'm not a big fan of the jersey. But people who had the jersey back in the day or watched the team way back in the day and just want to collect these vintage jerseys, I think are going to be pretty popular, and I think a lot of people are going to want them. Again, personally, I am not going to want them. You guys know how I feel about vintage jerseys coming back, and it is cool that they chose to do it in their own line called like a vintage series, where they're taking these jerseys and specifically making them their own vintage series. Just completely different jerseys. It's not an alternate. It's not something the players are going to wear. It's just a thing for people to collect if they want these jerseys. I kind of think it's cool to have these different, series that the players aren't even going to wear. It's just a unique kind of thing. I do think it's cool. Don't get me wrong. It is fantastic. And these jerseys both look fantastic. But this was kind of my first time thinking about it and really talking about it. They announced these quite a while ago. If I find the date on when they did, I'll put it on the screen. I can't think of it off the top of my head, and I just never really wanted to talk about it. I don't know why. It just never was something that I felt like I needed to talk about until today when I saw the jerseys, and then I kind of just like yeah, let's address it. This is something that I feel like I should talk about in a video, especially because a lot of people have different opinions. I'm curious if you guys like the whole series idea. Do you guys think it's cool that Adidas are doing this? Do you wish the players wore it? Do you wish they made it in this style so the players actually wore these jerseys? Or do you think it's cool to keep it in its kind of separate category where the players aren't going to wear it, but it's still a vintage series? Let me know down in the comments what you guys think. I'm always intrigued. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I know this is a bit of a shorter video, but I still wanted to talk about this. As always, if you guys are new to the channel, make sure to get subscribed. Like the video if you enjoyed. I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.